I'm Anton. I'm super excited and a little nervous that you're listening to my memoir right now. But mainly, I'm really grateful that you're listening to it and that I can share some hard-earned experience that might be helpful. I wrote it for 3 reasons. I wrote it for entrepreneurs like me. I wanted them to know that if they have a solid idea and a strong work ethic, they can make their vision a reality. I came from no business training, but I always had a knack for it. I didn't have a business degree. I didn't have formal training. I didn't have a big investor. I didn't have a whole lot of money. What I did have was a really strong work ethic and a desire to succeed. I wanted to build a business that could work, that would support my family, that would make the world a better place for people. It became a reality. I wrote it for my fellows who suffer chronic anxiety. I wanted them to know they were not alone. Even though we may never completely be free of anxiety, we can rise above it and find new ways to be at peace with ourselves and the world. We can take care of ourselves and advocate for our mental health. We can learn to be resilient and ride the ebbs and flows of chronic anxiety. Finally, I wrote it for the 20-year-old whose life is not going so hot, like mine once was. It could be addiction, or crime, or a series of bad choices they just can't get past. I was stuck in a lifestyle I knew wasn't me, but I kept going with it, kept making those bad choices and hurting people. Yet, my life turned around. I learned to channel my drive in a new direction, a healthy direction. It didn't happen overnight, but eventually, my life started on an upward trajectory that today actually helps people and creates good in the world. If you're like I once was, your life can turn around too. Today, my main goal in life is to help others, which is why I wrote From Turmoil to Triumph. In these pages, I share the good, the bad, and the ugly. A lot of it is not flattering. But if it can change someone else's life, it's worth it. You have a silver tongue, and you can sell anybody anything. My family has told me this since I was a very young child. They had good evidence. My earliest memories are categorized by the many apartments my mom moved us to, most of them in St. Paul, Minnesota. And I was wheeling and dealing in all of them, as young as I can remember. I was 6 years old in the mid-1970s, and more than anything, I wanted a bicycle. I craved the freedom and independence of a bike. Plus, you could do really cool tricks on them. In our apartment complexes, kids would leave their bikes parked in the hallways right outside their doorways. If I saw a bike I wanted to ride, I'd take it. I'd ride it, then leave it at my apartment. Somebody would call and complain, and then I'd get in trouble and give it back. No big deal. A little kid taking a bike. Stuff like that happens all the time. But there was more. If I wanted something that belonged to another kid, I could talk them out of their prized possession. I was a first grader wheeling and dealing toys, baseball cards, and really anything I wanted or could see a way to trade. I quickly learned to capitalize on opportunity. In those days, a St. Paul police officer would come around and hand out baseball cards to kids. The idea was to build goodwill in the community. One day, the officer left his car window open. I'm not sure where he went. A group of us were outside playing, and, of course, I had to look inside the vehicle. I mean, it was a cop car. How cool was that? And not only that, there was a stack of baseball cards just sitting on the dashboard. I saw my opportunity, and I took it. Pretty soon I was selling those baseball cards to kids all over the neighborhood. My family was right. I had a silver tongue, and I could sell anybody anything. I walked that road for a long time, taking what I wanted and then getting what I wanted for it. It would be another 20 years before I chose an upright path. I eventually got my act together, but I'd be lying if I didn't admit it took a while.